Hello, and welcome to another door-busting episode of We Only Look Thin. I am one of your hosts. I am burning for bargains, and I have lost about 100 pounds. I've kept it off for, 6 years now, and I am here to talk about it. And with me, as always, is...
Catherine Weigel. You didn't actually say who you were.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
This is Donald Weigel.
Hi.
Hello. I'm burning for bargains, Donald Weigel, and all that other stuff I said.
You bargain burner.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting more than you're bargaining for. With Catherine Weigel. I'm Catherine Weigel. I am a Tiny Habit certified coach, a Thrive Global certified coach.
Yeah.
I've lost over 120 pounds and kept it off for over 5 to 7 years. Just like the shelf life of most
we've
canned
forgotten
vegetables.
how to count, apparently. Yeah.
But we are counting on you to enjoy this episode of We Only
nicely
Look
done.
Thin. And we are back with a very special door-busting episode of We Only Look Thin because it is the week of Thanksgiving.
And Thanksgiving is followed by Black Friday, the only day of the year you can get door-busting specials on things.
But it is not the only day that you can get.
Oh, yeah, no.
They
started Black Friday specials in, September, I think.
I cannot tell you how stressful that has been for me because, between... doesn't Amazon Day? There's an Amazon Prime Day.
There's Prime Day, yeah.
But then there's a fall Prime Day also.
Right. Yeah. There's 2 Prime Days, and then there's all kinds of, there's Black Friday stuff, and then there's Cyber Monday stuff.
But the amount of anxiety I have, and I'm not joking, about being told that the deals are already breaking.
Yeah.
And then wondering if they're really true. I think I have trust issues around it because I'm wait, is this really the best deal of the year?
Yeah.
For things I didn't know I already needed? I think
behind. Part of the problem is that, there are stores, I guess I won't name names, but there are stores that have, that really have caught on to the fact that people will buy Christmas decor or Halloween decor when it's half off.
Yeah.
And so they start it half off, but they've just doubled
the price.
Doubled plus. It's double plus a little more, and then it's it's 50% off, and then you're 50% off. That's a good price.
It's is this really the best deal? Because there's that thing about that fear of making the wrong choice, where it's I bought this at 50% off, and then the next day it's no, but these are the super deals that we're only giving friends and family.
Yeah.
And then it's 55% off or 60% off.
I have an intense fear of that. And I actually sort of have a rule. If I've been watching something on eBay for a long time and I finally buy it, then I will stop looking at that item. I have a rule, it's for my mental health. I won't look, because if then I see it, if I see it later at a better price, it kills me.
Well, it's the same thing about getting on the scale and seeing a number that you like, and then 20 minutes later, being ooh, it's been 20 minutes and I haven't eaten anything. Should I get on the scale again?
Right.
And then you get on the scale again, and the number has gone up magically, even though you haven't eaten anything, which has totally happened to me. And then you're angry about it. So it's a stressful time of year to enjoy being grateful for things.
Yeah, I personally love Black Friday deals. I actually, there are certain things I will plan on not buying until this week. So, because I'll hope that they're on sale.
It's so, but Amazon also, this isn't a podcast about what we're talking about, so I apologize for going down this, but it brings me a lot of anxiety, and that leads me to want to eat food about it all, because I just don't know if I'm bedeviled with worry about all of the deals that are either on their way out or just coming in.
Right.
And I don't even know what we're eating for Thanksgiving. It is literally, right now as we're recording this, it is November 18th. We have no idea what is happening on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we have not planned our Thanksgiving day yet.
We have both been very sick this month.
Yeah, it's true.
And have had just a lot of things going on. So we're coming at this fresh and hot off of the, I don't know what is hot right now.
presses.
The presses. The presses are hot.
They have hot presses out there, I think.
So we are coming at this week right as it's happening. We're coming at you live from WOLT headquarters with our hot off of the grill Thanksgiving
Hot off the
tips.
panini press.
The panini press. I like it.
Yeah.
But we are realizing that it is Thanksgiving and Black Friday is on the way. And I know I was just talking about door-busting deals being very stressful, but before we get started with the turkey and stuffing part of this episode, that's not what meat and potatoes. I don't know. I don't know what you're having this holiday season.
Yeah.
But we wanted to let our listeners know that, and I know we usually save the information about WOLT Place until the end, but wanted to let you know that we are actually offering the Lose It course, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Weight, once again, to our WOLT Place members and new members. So if you were thinking about joining us at WOLT Place, you can head over to weonlylookthin.com and click on that link for Join Our Support Group. And not only once again will you be in our WOLT Place accountability group, but you'll also get at no additional charge the premium Lose It course, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Weight. So if you thought it is too late for me, like say that.
It is too late for me.
If it is not too late for you, join and you will still have access to our Lose It course.
Yeah, this
no
is a premium course in which is code for Lose It usually charges you money for it. But if you join WOLT Place now, you can get it for no charge.
For free $99.
$3.99, exactly.
No additional charge.
And this is a course. It's really great. Catherine helped write it. She was one of 3 writers that worked on it, and her input was invaluable.
It was. So join up now. We'll say it again at the end if you missed how to join up. But that is our door busting. This is our first door busting offer that we're making.
I think it's the first doorbuster we've offered in the history of We Only Look Thin.
It is. So operators are standing by.
They certainly are. And by operators, we mean the internet. Robots on the internet.
The internet, and then us will process it.
Yeah.
So get on it.
So, as we've been mentioning, this is Thanksgiving week.
It is.
And what are you supposed to do Thanksgiving week, or particularly on Thanksgiving? And here's a hint. It's in the name of the holiday.
Give thanks?
Give thanks.
Oh.
Exactly. And so we are going to give thanks, in a sense, by giving you some helpful Thanksgiving survival tips.
Survival. Or Thanksgiving survivalists.
I don't
now.
know. I just felt like I should be dramatic with it. But essentially, these are some helpful ways in which to navigate the Thanksgiving holiday while keeping your health and fitness journey and goals in mind.
It is. You were begging for it. Last year, the audience, enjoyed our acronym of thanks.
Thanks. Give
Give
thanks. Just
thanks.
remember. We came up with, it's one of those things where an acronym, which Catherine just said, where we've got a different tip which starts with the same letters that are in the word thanks.
It's so fun. And so we got so many accolades. It was our highest rated show by our estimation.
We did this last year, but we've changed it for this year.
Yeah, but we're giving thanks again, and we love acronyms, and we're telling you that you love acronyms too. And so we have by the letters T, H.A.N.K. and S.
And
we giveth thee
by the power of Grayskull.
By the power
also.
of Grayskull. I thought that was really funny in the opener the other day that you talked about the power of Grayskull. So I didn't tell you that at the time when you wrote the show notes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. Good job.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, we're gonna hit you with a delightful acronym, everyone.
Okay, so thanks. T for thanks. The first thing is to treat Thanksgiving as a day, not as a week or a season.
Yeah.
And this is really important, and it's something that I have allowed myself to fall victim to many, many times over the years. And it is important to remember that Thanksgiving is one meal. It's not even really a day. And it's definitely not a week, and it's definitely not Thanksgiving season.
Yeah, it's not through January 2nd.
And, it is important that we remember, what happens on one meal or one day is not really important in the overall grand scheme of things with our health and fitness. It's how we treat all of the days around it. But if we use Thanksgiving as an excuse just to decide to throw up our hands and say, well, it's Thanksgiving, I guess I'll just eat whatever I want for the rest of the month or the year, then things really start to get out of control.
Well, you know what? And I'm going to take Black Friday to task right now in the middle of your post.
Yeah.
Because Black Friday...
My post.
I don't know. Everybody still thinks we have a blog.
I'm just talking.
Sorry. No, but so Black Friday used to be a day that was special. Sometimes it was from 4 a.m. until 10 a.m. and then it went back to normal time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But now Black Friday is basically September through actual Black Friday. No wonder we have a problem with it's Thanksgiving month.
Right.
We're giving the thanks the whole month long.
Right, and they start putting out Christmas decorations in September.
Right.
And all that.
Someone actually the other day said that they had Christmas cookies. And I actually said, you did not have Christmas cookies.
Yeah.
You had Friday cookies.
You had, yeah.
In November.
Right.
But the more we just sort of spread it out about the season, it becomes a problem. And I would also hasten to guess that we are spending more because Black Friday deals are a whole month long instead of just how the Lord intended, which was to have a sale.
Yeah, it used to be you would camp out overnight.
Like a normal human.
The Lord wanted you, they wanted the store to open at 5 a.m. so that you would get your computer.
Doors busted.
Yes. And the Lord said, you shall get your computer at 70% off.
I was thinking
and then
Cabbage
enjoy
Patch Kid.
The rest of your day.
But,
your Cabbage Patch Kid.
But
Oh my goodness. Wait, do we have to worry about getting a Cabbage Patch Kid for our daughter this year?
No, we don't have to worry about anything.
Okay, good.
No, but that, if say you spend $600 on Black Friday morning, now that it's Black Friday month, maybe you're spending $100 a day on deals and then suddenly it's $3,000 worth. The same can be true of Thanksgiving. It is a day. There's one person in WOLT Place who said that they have 5 Thanksgiving events to go to. Number one, who do you know? How do you know 5
I don't
amounts
even
of
know
people?
5 people. Yeah, let alone 5 people who would invite me somewhere. Yeah.
But maybe but you've got 5 different events. That's a whole thing. But they're events. They're not 30 days of events. So if you are thinking about Thanksgiving, it is not now through January. There is no food scarcity in all of this too. So just like with the Black Friday deals, there's a big thing on food scarcity too, feeling like there's a very limited time to enjoy chestnuts on an open fire.
Yeah, and look, I think we've all succumbed to this, or most of us have. It's there's only a limited time where you can get the pumpkin spice latte, and so or the Frappuccino, and you drink 100 of them, or you feel like there's only one possible time you can have stuffing in a year, and so you're gonna just eat all the stuffing in the world. But you can buy and or make stuffing anytime you want, and so you don't have to continue you don't have to stuff yourself with stuffing in order to feel like you're getting the most out of the holiday.
And look, those stuffing spiced Frappuccinos are going to be available.
It's true. You can get a stuffing spiced Frappuccino in March, I promise you. I don't know if that's true.
No, but it is special because it is something that you can savor. If you have it every single day, it's not going to be as special. So look at it as a special treat and be grateful. See, I'm bringing in some gratefulness. Gratefulness is a word, I guess.
Yeah, gratefulness.
Because you get to have it and it is special. And then you can move on from it. Don't feel like it's not going to happen again, because I can barely believe that it's been a year since last Thanksgiving. So there are more times to enjoy. Absolutely.
All right. So what might H stand for? We did T and now H of thanks.
That was a lot. I think we can finish up at the T personally. Okay. So H is have a plan.
Have a plan. I didn't know we were doing that.
Oh, sorry.
We didn't rehearse it.
No, we didn't. This is new information. So
Yeah.
have a plan for the day, the week. Like we're literally on Thanksgiving week right now if you're listening to this. So just some basic structure for each of your 5 sets of families that I guess your secret families.
Right, yeah.
that you're going to.
I have no secret families, by the way. I don't have time for that.
Oh my gosh, it's exhausting. I actually made the joke to my mom because she is she was invited to many Thanksgivings.
Oh, good
and
for
I
her.
made the joke that I was like, well, they don't need to know that you ate. And she like, I got sort of crickets on that. I was like, ha 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 ha. Like,
is it weird that your mom's been invited to many Thanksgivings and we've been invited to none?
I think people know by now that we don't we don't have time. We're very tired. We're very tired people.
Right, we're terrible guests
and
at Thanksgiving
tiring
also.
people.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom didn't find it funny. She was like, "Well, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because that's disordered." And I'm like, "Do you even know me?" But okay, so just some basic bullet points of things to think about for Thanksgiving. Again, do not go into the event into that dark night starving. Go in having eaten some food beforehand. Don't go in.
I've made this mistake many
with the
times
growling
where I
stomach.
try to eat nothing for the first half of the day on Thanksgiving, and then I just can't stop myself once the meal comes.
It's like you feel like you're going into the arena or something. Like you gotta go in with your boxing weight or whatever to make it in. Make sure you've had something to eat. Don't go in starving so that you're not, after the first round, boxed out and too full to go on for more. We often go in starving and then sick to our stomachs because we're so full. So don't do that. Also, but the opposite of that is don't go in with that mindless nibbling and grazing on rando food that is just like, oh, someone's got out the nacho dip. Like,
this
I'm
is
sorry,
another problem.
Look, the Mayflower did not come over with nacho dip. So maybe
You don't know that. You weren't there.
So just don't go in for super heavy on the cheese and crackers before the meal.
Yeah, or just like while you're cooking, you're also like picking at stuff all day. Or
I used to do that.
You go to somebody's place and you don't have to eat the every snack that they put out, the preamble snacks that they put out on the table.
It is really interesting to see what foods people put out as their must go tos on certain days. Because things that I would have, I saw something about deviled eggs, which I'm like, I don't see that as a big pilgrim activity.
I don't think any of this is really based on anything pilgrims did.
But I think it has gotten to the point of like, what food do I really want to eat today and make an excuse about it? So just kind of watch out for that, because then if you're like, I'm really looking forward to stuff. I love stuffing. Can I just say that I love stuffing?
Sure.
If I'm full of, I don't know, like I said, nacho cheese dip early in the day, your Rotel, I'm not going to have time for the stuffing that I'm really looking forward to. And then one other one for me is, and this is much to Donald's dismay, remember your vegetables. Enjoy the vegetables, the greens, the fibers.
Just for the record, I love vegetables. The problem is she can't say the word properly.
I don't know why. It's so fun to say vegetables. I really don't understand it.
It's not fun for us to hear it. No, I don't know. Maybe
all right,
it
well,
is.
what are your big ideas,
Maybe
Donald?
it is. One part of my plan is to really watch liquid calories.
Yeah.
Get caught up in your nogs and your sodas and your holiday sparkling whatnots, but especially the alcohol. And it all comes packed with a lot of calories and has the added benefit of not filling you up at all. So you're still hungry while you're drinking all of it. And also, just as a side note, when I drink, if I have a few alcoholic drinks, I am much more likely to eat more because my inhibitions go away to be able to stop myself.
I'm just stuck on sparkling whatnots. That's like
whatnots, yeah.
Floor 2. Fine leather goods and sparkling whatnots.
Yeah, enjoy. Also, these two things kind of go together, but and we sort of already said it, but avoid foods that you don't love.
Yeah.
Like if there's something that's just there, and I would do this all the time. Well, it's there. I may as well eat it because I enjoy putting food in my mouth. And then the flip side of that is like stick to foods that are really meaningful to you.
Yeah.
So if there's something that somebody puts out and you're just fine with it, or you can have it anytime, somebody puts out a chip you can get any time of year, whatever, like just don't eat that. But really say to yourself, okay, Aunt Grandma's cheesecake, like pumpkin cheesecake, is like the thing that I can't, go without this year, and I'm going to do that. Or whatever it happens to be, the tuna noodle casserole, the
the deviled tuna noodle casserole,
the green bean salad, whatever it happens to be that you can't live without this holiday season. Like really stick to only the foods that you love, and don't bother with the ones that you're just like, it's there, so I'll eat it.
Well, and I know a lot of times there's that thing about the polite portion of something just because someone made something, but if it's not your ideal, take the smallest amount and don't feel like you have to finish all of the things because it's just not worth it. It feels much better at the end of the meal to say like, wow, I really got to savor the mashed potatoes that I love and the stuffing and the corn, whatever, and have enjoyed it than to say like, oh my gosh, I'm already so full from like the Nabisco crackers I ate earlier. It's like getting the, salsa and chips before the meal, which is delicious, is fine, but don't maybe enjoy
You're giving mixed messages.
That's what I do. That's what I do. But yeah, focus on the things and then be able to, at the end of the meal, to be like, wow, I got all of the things I really wanted to enjoy out of this meal, instead of filling up on those, those things that you could really pass on any other time of the year.
Okay, so we've done the T and the H in thanks. That is, treat Thanksgiving as a day, not a week or a season. The H is have a plan for the week, the day, the season. And A is anchor your day with your normal habits.
Yeah, that's maybe the biggest. I wish it was spelled A-T-H-N-K-S, because the A is the really important part.
In other words, the things that you normally do, tracking your food, your morning walk, your yoga, your, whatever your exercise normally is for the day, whatever your general habits are, don't throw them all out the window, and really sort of anchor yourself. Or, like maybe you've got an accountability group or an accountability buddy. Make sure you continue to check in with that person and do the things that you're normally doing as part of your health and fitness plan.
Well, and I think part of that too is, especially when we're off our normal routine, maybe you're not at work, maybe you've got people staying with you, or you're staying with other people, is don't be afraid to assert, which also starts with A.
How many words start with A?
A lot.
Yeah.
See,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
2 words.
yeah.
But make sure
Wow.
it feels really good when you're staying with someone else or people are staying with you to just say like, hey, I normally go on a morning walk, so I am going to go and do that. You are welcome to come and join me. I always, I don't know why. Maybe this is why we don't go places, is because I enjoy a daily walk. I invite you to join me with me to walk on that. But you feel your best when
no one's inviting us because we just keep wanting them to go on walks with us.
We'll just stop talking about it. But knowing like, hey, I'm going to make some scrambled eggs. Like, would you like any? Asserting your like anchor foods, your anchor activities throughout your like normal parts of your day, wherever you are, can really set you up for success, because then you're not giving into the lure of sitting on the couch all day. And we're introverts, so there you go. But when we're spending extended time with family sitting on couches, the sitting part is really a great place to just eat and nosh, because nothing else is going on. But just saying like, hey, I'd love to go and look at the holiday lights. I'd love to go look at the changing leaves. Hey, let's go take someone's dog for a walk. Let's find a dog and take it for a walk. Getting in that normal activity and your normal protein, normal fiber, normal, protein drink, whatever, do that throughout the week wherever you are. The more we can take back the season. So if you're off work for a whole week, keeping your mornings in sync can really help, offset that impact of just like, well, I didn't get in any steps for 7 days. I didn't get in any protein for 7 days.
Right.
Stick to your normal routines as much as you can. And part of that too is N, which is neat.
Neat.
Your friend Neat. Neat's back, and it's a treat to have the Neat.
It's a treat to have the Neat.
Yeah, stick to as much Neat as you can during the week, even if you can't get in your normal exercise, gym, your videos, whatever you do. Just remember that getting off of the couch, I almost said, are an inspiration-ation. Just remember. But Neat is so important. Invite people out to walk. Get in as much activity as you can. Try not to do a lot of sitting this week. Get in as much activity as you can. I said that 7 times.
So maybe we should, for new listeners and maybe listeners who haven't listened to every episode, NEAT stands for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis, and it's essentially all of the calories that you burn when you're not doing an intentional workout. And so the short version of it is like, keep moving, like keep, when you notice yourself, like Catherine was talking about, sitting for a long time in a situation, get up, walk around, make, excuses to go back and forth to the kitchen when you're cooking. Even do something fun like dance while you're cooking, put some music on so that you're really moving during this time. If you're not the one cooking, you can do some exercise while the TV's on, or just, get up and do like, knee raises or not knee raises, toe raises. Like, I don't know if knee raises
I was going to say,
a thing.
I don't know. You could hacky sack in the living room.
You could hacky sack in the living room.
Instead of hacky snack, hacky sack in the living. I don't know.
I like it. I like it. But otherwise, in other words, really be mindful of like keeping yourself moving as the Thanksgiving holiday is happening.
Yeah, sitting is the new smoking, is what some people say. But really think about getting in activity. Organize, dust, help declutter. Not only does it limit your exposure to having to talk to relatives and friends, but it also makes you look helpful.
Yeah, or even do like a turkey trot. During Thanksgiving. Those things happen all the time. Usually they're in the morning before, things really start happening.
You literally this morning told me to not invite you to a turkey trot. You're like, before you go getting any turkey trot ideas, I want to watch football.
Did I actually say? I don't think I said that.
You did. You were like, no. I don't know if you have like turkey trot things.
Oh, maybe I did. I don't know. I'm happy to do a turkey trot before football starts.
Every day is a turkey trot day if you think about it.
When you
just
really
change
think about
the
it.
animal.
Yeah.
Each day.
When you yourself are a turkey, every trot you do is a turkey trot.
Yeah, it's just a me trot.
All right. And so the K, T.H.A.N.K, we are at the K in thanks, is keep your long-term goals in mind.
That is a really big one.
And really think about how the you of the future is going to look back upon how you've treated the Thanksgiving Day week season, and think about how that will affect what you're doing long term. How are you going to feel about, if you let Thanksgiving turn into a week or a month or whatever, and you're basically like digging yourself deeper and deeper into a hole. If you're in a hole, you don't first get out a shovel and start digging it deeper before you decide to climb out.
Right.
So think about your long-term goals, and we're not saying don't enjoy any food. We're not saying don't enjoy the holiday, but thinking about your long-term goals and how your behavior during this time is going to affect those can really anchor you, going back to an A, to stick to habits and policies that you have in place that are going to make you proud of yourself.
Well, and I think part of that, and I'm taking a page out of my own notebook, is I almost was like, can I spell that K-N-O-T-E, notebook?
Yeah.
Is we did an episode about taking a vacation, and the question I posed was, are you taking a vacation from your habits or with your habits?
Yeah.
And the same can be said about the holidays. Are you enjoying the holidays as a person with healthy habits? Or are you seeing this as your, get out of tracking free card of like, well, what was I to do? How could I get past it? There was a time at which it would basically be from Halloween or maybe Labor Day until January, where I was like,
goodness,
well, it's too much to even consider.
Too late in the year to even start now.
Yeah, like who can even do that? When I would do that sort of diet thing of I'm on a diet and I will go for a walk, if I stopped the diet, I would also stop the walking. And that didn't make any sense. Like, get in the activity, be the kind of person who goes into each event with the mindset and with the identity of, hey, I know what makes my body feel good. I know what makes me feel good. I know that boundaries matter. I know that vegetables matter. I don't know. Now I just do it to annoy you, I think, because it annoys me too, but I keep doing it. So what am I supposed to do?
Well, annoyance shared is annoyance doubled.
Oh, great. But yeah, keeping those long-term goals in mind and that identity in mind, because guess what? Thanksgiving is going to come around next year, and we're going to all feel much better if we navigate this week as a blip and not just like, well, I'm giving up again until, President's Day in January.
Now, we are finally at the S in thanks. We have done T, treat Thanksgiving as a day, not a week or a season. H, have a plan for the weekday season. A, anchor your day with your normal habits. N, neat. D, D. K. D is the first letter of my name. K, keep long-term goals in mind. And now S is
stick the landing. That's right. We have taken off at the beginning of Thanksgiving week, and we are asking you to stick the landing on the week. This episode is called Snack Friday because it is funny. But it is also primarily because it's funny. Oh, I did kind of lead with that, right? No, because it is germane to the content of sticking the landing on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a day. Christmas is a day. We often live our lives in giant seasons where we just give up everything until New Year, like we just said. But if we stick the landing and decide that Black Friday is maybe the very end of our Thanksgiving indulgences, a day of leftovers is delightful. We literally used to make, and by we I mean me, would make 5 pounds of mashed potatoes for like a party of 4 people, and then stuffing for 5 days left
exactly,
over.
Like intentionally making large amounts of food so that we would have Thanksgiving food, for every meal for, a week plus beyond.
Right. And that would just, like Donald said, dig us deeper and deeper into caloric debt and up on the scale. And so we are asking you to pick sort of an end date to your Thanksgiving shenanigans. No. Your enjoyment with family. It's not shenanigans. It's a delightful day. But enjoy it and then pick a date to let it go. It doesn't matter if there are 30 pies left over or pounds of whatever left over. It does not serve you. Enjoy it in its space on the calendar. And then whether your cutoff date or your end date is Friday or Saturday, or, hey, we've got a thing on Sunday, get back on track on that, whatever that day is. Monday, for us, it's going to be Black Friday, and just go, that was really great. And guess what? I have more holidays to look forward to in December, but right now is the time to really bookmark and bookend the holiday with getting back to foods that make me feel my best, getting back to activities that make me feel my best. This isn't a time to start baking Christmas cookies already and, oh, well, there's nothing to do. I got to
test all the recipes.
Got to get all that because everybody's begging for it. Guess what? Everybody else is also full of calories and full of pies, and they don't need it right now. Get back to your habits as soon as possible. This has really been even in maintenance that we've been in, this has been key for us to get right back on track, because that's how we identify. We identify as these occasions are not the majority of our time. They're the minority of the time. And what we do most of the time matters more than what we do some of the time. And so for the majority for us, it's getting back to rebounding, getting in daily steps, tracking, eating foods that make us feel our best, closing the kitchen, limiting our alcohol content, limiting our fast food, and really prioritizing our health, because we've got more holidays coming. We in particular are traveling for the Christmas holidays. So we're choosing to sort of keep it low key at Thanksgiving, because we know we have more things to look forward to. And we know that if we can moderate and really prioritize the foods that matter to us, get in that N.E.A.T, anchor our days with foods that make us feel our best, it is going to serve us in the month of December. And we know if we can do it, you can do it too.
Absolutely. And I think you really stuck the landing on this episode just now. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We are really grateful. This episode and nearly all of our other episodes are available on all the major podcast platforms, wherever you found this. And every episode, all the way back from episode 1, are still available on our website at any time at weonlylookthin.com.
Yep, and if you are at weonlylookthin.com, you can click on that link for Join Our Support Group to find out more about WOLT Place. We Only Look Thin Place is a Facebook-based accountability group for women. We are not a weight loss plan, but we are a place for support, accountability, fellowship, check-ins, and honest talk about issues that are going on in our lives, because so much of it is tied to eating. Any emotion that we have often leads us back to food. So whether you're doing tracking on Lose It or Fitbit or MyFitnessPal, whether you're doing Weight Watchers or intermittent fasting, we're all there to support one another, because though our plans might be different, our challenges are still the same. And as we mentioned, sort of organically and out of the blue at the beginning of this episode, we're doing a Black Friday special on joining WOLT Place. If you join WOLT Place with either our monthly subscription, which comes with a 3-day complimentary trial, or our 3-month subscription with a 7-day complimentary trial, you will also have access to the Lose It premium course, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Weight, which is usually, like I said, a premium course for Lose It. If you join WOLT Place, you will get access to that Lose It course at no additional cost. So go to our website, check it out, and we hope to see you in WOLT Place. This is a great time of year for accountability, and you will get it in WOLT Place.
Absolutely. So give yourself a gift and go ahead and join. And if you want to interact with us in other ways, you can also find us on the social medias. We are on Instagram and Facebook at We Only Look Thin. Or you could email us. We can be emailed to weonlylookthin@gmail.com. We enjoy episode suggestions. We enjoy questions from you. And we really enjoy you reaching out with compliments. We have turned many listener emails into episodes of this show, so if you'd like to say hello, give us a shout out. Once again, weonlylookthin@gmail.com.
Yep, and if you have a couple of extra minutes and can head over to Apple Podcasts, please leave us a rating and a review. Not only does it let us know that what we're doing matters to you, but it also boosts our numbers in the ratings when people are trying to find weight loss podcasts like ours. Ours comes up the more likes and loves we get.
Yeah, if you want to support the show, that giving a rating and even a short review on Apple Podcasts really is the best free way you can help us out to support the show. Also, you could tell somebody about the show. Word of mouth is another way in which it really helps the show grow. If you are face-to-face and it seems like a good idea, bring us up. Or if you're in an online group, a Discord server, a Reddit group, a Facebook group, and you give us a shout out, it really does help the show grow.
Yep. So if you are headed over to Starbucks and looking to ask the barista for a stuffing spiced frappuccino, just remember that Donald and I are an inspiration.
The information that you hear on this podcast is for informational purposes only. The hosts are not medical professionals. You should always consult with your doctor, nurse, or other certified health professional before beginning any diet or fitness program.